What's up, everybody? I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. This is Xolani Moloi, and I would appreciate if you can just smash that subscribe button, that like button, that share button, like never before. Things are happening in Kenya. The people of Kenya in general are protesting against tax hikes. This picture is like Kenya is a proof that prayers cannot fix bad governance. I would like to say sometimes prayer is being misused. There are situations where prayer is not even needed at all, without offending anyone. For an example, let's say you are going to write an exam maybe next week or in 2 weeks to come. The only thing that you need to do is to study. You can pray, but you need to study in order for you to pass that examination. But most of the people, they're like, okay, let me just pray. Then I'll go to the examination room. Then I'm going to pass my exams. Then when the results come, they have failed. And they start blaming the Most High God. When someone is corrupt, when someone is cruel, when someone's heart is against humanity, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You cannot change that person. There's no prayer that can change that particular person, because this person has decided to be cruel. It's his decision. And the only thing he has to do is to take another decision, to be humble and kind. There are a few things that I would like to talk about. The first thing that I would like to talk about the attributes that African leaders need. And I still believe that African leaders have a lot of attributes. Some of these leaders are charismatic. Some of them are loved by people. Some of them are radical. And this is what we want. But it's not enough. In other words, radicalism is not enough. Being loved by people, having charisma is not enough. Popularity is not enough. So most of these leaders are just popular, but they don't have what you call leadership skill. So when it comes to leadership skill, this is where they are lacking. Why? Because they are good when it comes to being radical, when it comes to fighting. Sometimes they don't even understand what they are fighting for, because in most cases, we help these leaders to fight for certain positions, like a presidential position. And the moment they get there, they start acting like the former president. So that is why, as the people, we need to be careful and we need to see these things. So we should not just help anyone to fight their battles so that they can occupy certain positions, because after that, they will forget you. I'm talking from experience, because in our community, sometimes we fight for certain people to become councillors. We go all out to fight for these people to become councillors. But the moment they occupy those positions, they disappear. They forget you. This is what is happening amongst our leaders. And some of these leaders call themselves Pan-Africanists. But they have one problem. They hate their own people. They are against their own people. They always make decisions against their own people. And I'm not saying all the decisions you make as a leader would favor your people. Everybody would like your decisions. This is not what I'm saying. But that is why I'm like, you have to be kind as a leader. You need those leadership skills whereby you can sympathize with people, whereby you are kind, whereby you are interested in what in understanding what your people are going through. So most of our leaders don't care. But before they occupy those positions, in most cases, they act as if they care. The moment they touch money, they forget about everything. They forget about people. That is why our leaders are just popular. So to become popular, sometimes you don't have to go to school. You don't have to learn anything to become popular. It's something that happens. But here is the thing. You need a leadership skill whereby you are going to practice everything that you have been preaching before occupying that particular position. Because the people of Kenya are like, how can you put these taxes on these items? Because these items, we usually buy these items. We need these items. So how can you put tax on them? Because the moment you put tax on them, it means they are going to be expensive, unaffordable. So as a leader, you have to sympathize. Yes, we understand that your economy is under pressure. We understand your economy is under pressure. But you should not always come up with solutions that will oppress your people, because you want to create a balance. That is why it's better to say, we need someone to become a president. It's better to say, yes, I'm radical. Yes, I'm a fighter. Yes, I'm popular. But I cannot be a leader. I don't know the things that I should do as a leader. It's better to humble yourself so that some people can help you to lead your country towards a better direction. But most of these leaders, this is what they are not doing. They are only interested in power. They are not interested in exercising that particular power to benefit people on the ground. They are not interested in that at all. This is the problem. That is why, after making a decision, and now you see people reacting in a negative way. In other words, you see people reacting against the decision you made. Now you have to go back to the drawing board and say, you know what? You bring your cabinet, or you bring all your advisors, the economists, and etc. And you say, why these people are reacting in this way? Then you start communicating with them. That is why I always say there has to be a communication channel between people and the president and his cabinet or her cabinet. Why this is so important is so that there will be an effective communication between the president and his nation, the people on the ground. But most of the presidents, most of these leaders only communicate with people during election time, when they are proposing to these people so that they can vote for them. But afterwards, they forget everything. In other words, you are like a father. So when your children are complaining, or one of your children is complaining, you have to put them down and say, I'm ready to listen to you. Then if you apply sympathy, then you'll understand what these people are going through. Then you can say, you know what? Let us try other alternatives. Because now the economy is under pressure. But at the same time, you don't want to put our people under pressure as well. What can we do? What can we do? These people don't even have clues of what is going on. They don't have clues about how to run a government. So someone is just a freedom fighter. Someone is just fighting for freedom. And then by accident or by coincidence, because of his popularity, he end up being a president. But if you go deep into the life of this individual, this person doesn't have a background of economics, the background of understanding economy. This person is just a freedom fighter. So as a leader, there are attributes that you should also have, other than being popular, other than like being radical. There are other attributes as a leader that you need to move your country forward. And another thing, killing people is another thing that shows lack of leadership. That there's a serious lack of leadership here. You don't do that because everything has to be organized. That should we have protests, how are we going to handle that particular situation? So some of these things has to be organized. And I don't want to go into details about these tax hikes, economy and everything, but I just want to say most of these leaders don't even know what they are doing. It's like they've occupied these positions by coincidence. But at the end of the day, they have guts to tell people that they should call them Pan-Africanists, when in reality, they don't care about the people on the ground. I know some people might say, these people deserve it because they did this, because they did this. When you are under pressure, you might be angered. So this is what is happening amongst people right now. That is why prevention is better than cure. In other words, you have to say, you know what? I should prevent these things even before happening. In other words, you have to train even these police officers to love people. It's like the moment you become a police officer, you begin to hate yourself. I would appreciate if you can just smash that subscribe button, smash that like button like never before.